Hi ninjas, how are you guys doing? It's your girl, Owamie, aka Miss Fair, for collaborating back for our entertainment. If it's the first time joining me, most definitely welcome. Please do make sure that I subscribe and obviously hit the bell. I absolutely love you, and do not forget to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. It's at boldly Owamie. Now, obviously, if it's your first time joining, and you are most definitely welcome, and you have come to the right place because I am the blog about honey. Okay, but anyway, my ninjas, I do have to say that this video is quite serious, and I feel like could actually be triggering to some people. And so what I'm going to actually ask is that if you're someone that has ever experienced SA, and you are still dealing with the trauma, I would advise that you do not watch this video. And if you're someone maybe that someone close to you just experienced the trauma and you're still processing, I would advise that please also do not watch this video. You can click off this one and then you can watch the next one, right? So yeah, that's the disclaimer that I just wanted to put out there. Then today we're going to go and talk about Lady Zamar yet again. If I'm gonna just address something, maybe is that I did see that there were some people that were saying that insufficient evidence does not mean that the crime did not happen, and I fully agree with that. However, for me, there are certain things that make sense, and then there are certain things that do not make sense, and that is for me. And remember guys, all I do is that I report, I give you guys my opinion on everything, and it's no different even when it comes to this matter. I feel like the only difference is that obviously this is something that has been affecting our country for many years. SA is something that is super crazy in this country. However, I feel like we also need to understand that we also have men that are rotting in jail for crimes they did not commit. So we also cannot only just look at it in one side. There's also innocent men that are rotting in jail because of women that falsely accuse, and then there are also women that are living with unimaginable trauma because of men that perpetrate. So I think at this point, maybe you guys should also understand the fact that not everyone tells the truth about this, because we have innocent men in jail, right? I just want us to get to that first. Now anyway, Lady Zamar actually came out, you guys, and she came to explain the voice note that got leaked years ago. And so what I'm going to do is that I did get this TikTok video that actually had part of the beginning of her live, and then after that the audio. And so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to play that video. Immediately after that, I'm going to play the one that Lady Zamar just put out now, explaining the audio. Now the thing I'm gonna ask you guys to do is please stop anything you're doing. If you're washing your dishes, this part, stop, sit down and listen carefully, especially from the part of the voice audio or the recording of the live, the call, and also what she had to say explaining that, right? Nazo Askal.
I do know is that Jabulani raped me. I did not give him consent. I told him to stop. And that's how I ended up in a relationship with him. It was not, hey, we're having sex. No, it's not what happened. And I couldn't fight him off because he's huge. He's massive. He's bigger than me. I'm really short. And I was bandaged. I was stuffed with painkillers. That's what happened. And I have never spoken to the press about this. The dockets have been leaked, whichever way they've been leaked. But I do not speak to the press about this. I have not.
And I was trying to get your attention.
How can you try to get my attention by sending rough that? Why couldn't you call me and say, check out my
Because
vocal?
I didn't have your number and I was not willing to talk to you. If you're not willing to talk to me,
so where did you get my number now?
I got it from Bombs. Because I couldn't stay anymore.
So why did you not tweet me or send me a DM?
Because I was adamant to not be the first one to reach out when you are the one that did not even try.
So if you're saying you're trying to get my attention by sending that to Raf, now because we deleted the song, what must happen? Yeah, yes, I talk.
Wait.
I'm done, I'm coming.
Why did you delete the song?
Because the song doesn't exist anymore without those harmonies.
But why would you delete it? Why wouldn't you try? You see, this is the thing.
Why? Trying
wouldn't
to
you
get someone else to do it?
No, why don't you try to talk to me? That's all I wanted, is to get your attention. To get you to talk to me about something. And your first thought is to just delete the stuff instead of actually just reaching out to me yourself.
And say what? And say,
hey, I don't
Please.
like this. You have no idea. That was your first thought, to delete the freaking to delete the song. Instead of just call me.
call and say what?
And say, I don't want to delete the song. And I want you on the song. And tell me that you care about me.
You said you're gonna sue us, Mons, if we use your vocals.
But you could have, that was to get your attention. Like, you really don't see that.
Hi, so a couple of days ago I made a video where I was asking, how do you guys know that I lied and what is the proof of that? And I just want to point out this comment up here, and this was the most common one that I saw, where the reasons why people have this thing that I lied is because of the voice note, which is a recording. It's not a voice note, it is a recording. Now, I'm not making this video for anyone but the Zamar Nation, for the Zamartians, the people that support me, for people that have stood by me, people that probably have heard and listened to the voice recording and just been like, what the hell? Now, I couldn't listen to it for a very long time because everything was still raw, but now I have had an opportunity several times to kind of just listen to it, and now I can actually give you guys context of what it was really about and what it is about. Now, just quickly, right, because I've done this part so many times, there was myself, that guy, his producer, one or two other people, and somebody who drove me there in that apartment. That apartment is in Midrand, right, where this recording was taken. I was not aware that I was being recorded, and so obviously even the way I am communicating, it's really not with the knowledge that I am being recorded in any way. Now, this was in 2018. There was a vocal performance by me, and I did not want my vocal performance on his music. I did not want my vocal performance on anything that he was doing at the time. And so I had sent an email to my publisher. I had CC'd his producer that had produced the song, or so to my knowledge had produced the song. And I had basically said, you have to remove my, vocals. I'm not giving you permission to use my vocals. And if you continue and you do not want to remove my vocals, then I will sue you, which is what happens. I'll just give you a little background on how the music business works. So we have composers, we have writers, we have all sorts of people, and these people all get rights, right? So when I perform a vocal on a piece of music, that is my intellectual property, which means I'm the only person that can give permission to have it used. So if it gets used outside of me giving permission, that is an illegal use. And that was basically, so I had to make about two because it was too short. So basically that's how it works. I have to give explicit permission that they can use my vocals. It doesn't matter who it is. I have to give permission to use my vocals, right? To use even my words, you gotta give it intellectual property. So at that time, because I wanted nothing to do with that person, I had said that if you do continue to use my vocals, I will sue you. And I'm heard in the voice clip saying, I did that to get your attention. And that is 100% true. Because if somebody is not responding to you saying, I don't want you to use my vocals, please delete them, the only other way you are able to usually get their attention outside of a personal connection is to alert your publisher and to let them know that your publisher is aware of such things. You understand? So for people who might think that, oh my gosh, I'm making this up. No, I'm not. There was an email sent and that email was there, which is probably, allegedly, why I was being recorded, because it was now a legal matter. Why did I not reach out to him personally? Because of the nature of that engagement, I had no desire to be doing a back and forth. You know, it's a very complicated thing to go through a trauma, but I did try with all my heart and soul to find ways around it, and in places that I just couldn't. I failed, you know. Also considering the fact that I genuinely had always blamed myself and felt like I was the reason why I was in that situation, that something that I had done was the reason why I was in that thing to begin with, you know. So the voice notes, as you guys call it, the voice recording, which it is, does not link to the case in any way, in any sort of way, you know. That was 2018. The ordeal happened in 2017. I opened a case in 2019 that was like an entire year after that recording. And on top of that, like I said, the last time I'd seen this person was like mid-year going into the third quarter of the year. And I opened the case in the fourth quarter, you know, like it was November, October, November, should have been November. Yeah. Something that's always disturbed me though is how that voice recording was leaked strategically to make me look like a liar.
Now, obviously, if you listen proper there, she did say that she did not know that she was being recorded, and even the way she spoke, it was because she didn't know that she was being recorded. The first question that came with a lot of people was, if she knew she was being recorded, then does it mean that she would have spoken differently? You know, me personally, the fact that she did not know she was being recorded, I like that, because then we get to hear the true her, you know, who does not think that, oh, this is going to end up on the internet or anything like that. That's the first part. The second part, she talks about you know, the contracts and, you know, the signing, if I did not sign this form, then, you know, no one can release my music and stuff, and we get that, we know that. And then she talks about how the two are not combined, you know, what she's saying happened and that audio are not combined, which obviously I am going to try and show you guys, like, from where we basically take the audio or the recording and then we put it together with this. She also talks about how you know, she actually did not contact Java because of, she just did not want her vocals there. She did not want any of this, which obviously is now contradictive to what she was saying on the audio. Now, on the audio you guys heard, she was basically telling Java to say that it's not like she didn't want her vocals there. What she wanted was Java's attention. That's what she wanted. She wanted Java's attention, so she sent an email to say that do not use my vocals. I'm gonna sue if you guys use them. And so she hoped that Java was going to go ahead and call her so that they can talk, so that he can tell her that he cares about her. He can just talk to her about anything. And then when he did not do that, when she called, he now said that I deleted the song, and that obviously upset her because she was like, what I needed from you was for you to call me. I needed your attention, and he still didn't give her the attention that she needed, because at the end of the day, she still was the one that called him. She still was the one that had to go and get his numbers from someone, because she says that, you know, she didn't have his numbers anymore, to actually contact him. How do the two actually link, you guys? Is the fact that, like, at this point we can see that she literally would go even above to get Java's attention. That's it. Like, that's how I interpreted it. For me, that's how it came. I think with, like, there's a lot, I saw a lot of people's comments, you know, honestly, I know we process trauma in different ways. But I have never ever met a person who says, this man violated me, and so I'm gonna willingly just give myself to this person, we're gonna just be together. That's how our relationship started. It started from an assault. Like, I've never ever. And so maybe there is a group of people that process their emotions like how Lady Zamar does, and I just don't know, it's just still foreign to most of us, and we just have not, you know, come across people like that, and maybe she's the first, or maybe there are others that we just do not know about. But I won't lie, guys, I've never ever come across someone like that. I know that there are victims that, you know, it happens and they're forced because of, you know, they're being threatened, because they're being blackmailed, because there's this and this that is happening, drugs, you know, or whatever. But somebody that is sober, somebody that is successful in their own rights, somebody that is given the freedom and the choice to choose. I've never met one that is going to go and choose their violator. And the fact that somehow she could only gain strength, or the realization, I do not know, for her to actually now come out and speak, this is after the relationship is over, in which in all honesty, the time that Java was talking, guys, it seems like he says he did tell her that he was with someone, and it seemed like in the beginning that was okay. But as time went, obviously it was not. And I think this is the first thing that I should tell you. If a man tells you that, hey, I have a wife, or hey, I have a girlfriend, he's telling you that you are never gonna be upgraded. He's telling you that you are always going to come second to whoever he told you about. Because remember, at most times, even if he's with you and that person he told you, he still has other people, but he won't tell you about other people because they are also not as important to him than that person that is actually important to him, and that's why you have to know about that person. But as women, number one, we catch feelings. At first we think, I can do this, that's fine, you know, I'm gonna be hood, I'm gonna be this and this, and then time comes, you catch feelings. Now you need these things, and now the person's like, listen, this is not what I signed up for. You and I, we are maybe just, you know, sexual partners or this and that. However, please just know and understand that I've got someone, and she comes first. And that hurts, of course, as a woman. It absolutely does. You know, I don't honestly know what happened. The only part that I'm finding difficult is that after what she's saying happened, she then went on to be in a full-blown relationship with this man. And it's not like she ever showed even any picture that we ever saw of them, which it was very few, because the relationship was obviously private. I've never seen her maybe feeling awkward. They would hold, I'm sure that I'm gonna put a picture here where he's even kissing her. She's super happy and her body language is very comfortable. So for me, I am sorry, guys, I won't even lie, shame, I am sorry. No, it doesn't make sense to me, and I'm not going to you know, change my mind just because maybe other people are seeing it in different ways. I'm seeing it in my way, and for me, it's not making sense for me. I'm not even going to lie. And again, with what she just uploaded now and the audio that we had, she contradicted herself so much. She made it the long part as if we did not know that if you do not sign a release form, then, you know, that song is not going to play. We know that, sis, we know that, you know. That part we know and we understand. The part that we wanted to know was the context of what had happened when you were having that conversation with Java, where you were at a point where you were saying that you needed his attention. You needed him to call you. You needed him to tell you that he cares about you. You needed him this and this and this. You did all that for his attention. And so that's why people are now coming out and saying, hey, if you would go to those limits for his attention, this other thing, is it also for his attention? What is going on? Even when Java was talking to her over the phone, you could hear that he's so cold towards her. I think I spoke about this on this other video. I don't think that is fair. I don't think that it's fair that men think they can just walk around and break women's hearts. However, guys, the person did not sexually violate you if they broke your heart. If they did, then they did. But if they did not, they did not. And I think that is honestly really important, because at the end of the day, guys, we have sons. If we do not educate our daughters that it is wrong to falsely accuse, then our sons are going to rot in jail for crimes they never committed. And if I can do anything to make sure that my son does not end up there falsely, trust and believe I will. So it's also our responsibilities. As much as we have to educate our sons not to perpetrate, we also need to educate our daughters not to falsely accuse. Because please tell me what Lady Zamar was just saying now. She just contradicted herself so much. So much. And I'm like, girl, you said you listened to the audio. Like, couldn't you talk something that would align? I mean, it's there. How are you going to fail to narrate a story when it's there? Like, literally listen to it and be like, okay, this part and this part and this part. Because we all heard that it was not a matter of you just wanted nothing to do with him or whatever. It was a matter of you wanted his attention. Had it been that he called you and said, hey, what is going on? Hey, I care about you. I have a huge feeling that the song would have been out with your vocals. So I think we're like, this is too big of a sensitive issue. Honestly, I'm not even going to lie. And I think for those that are saying that, you know, I don't know based on what, yeah, you know, we believe and everything, I think we can just agree to disagree and keep it moving. And if you are someone that has ever been assaulted, I am really sorry, you did not deserve that. And I know that there are other people that this is personal for them because they were not believed, and I am so sorry for that, because if you were not believed and it really happened, I'm sure that it must be one of the worst pains that you can ever go through. But I also want you to know that your story is not every person's story. There are people that are literally out there lying. And so basically that is it for me today when it comes to this video. I don't know, you guys can take it however, but she contradicted herself here. At least you guys could hear the audio and you could hear what she had to say. She definitely contradicted herself. So anyway, go ahead and comment down below what you guys think of this whole situation. From Owamie, and I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye, ninjas.